Okay. Pranam ji, Sundar Saath ji. This is a small meeting which will be conducted in English primarily, and it is for all the students, all the Sundar Saath, all the self-employed, all the entrepreneurs that I have met here in US, especially at their time zone, and it is being recorded here so that everyone who is interested in English can be part of this two-way dialogue so that I learn from all the Sundar Saath who are here. So this is the meeting we wanted to discuss today, what we are going to do today. Ki as a basic human, we have some questions, jigyasa. We call it curiosity in our mind. Who are we? Where are we from? What is our original home? And what are we doing here? How to go about looking for the ultimate happiness, which we all are working towards. We all are working towards happiness. How to achieve that in this life? Small meeting. So we'll try to cover as much we can. Now, what brings us here today? Anyone can tell me why you are here today? You are spending some time here. Do you have any expectations from this meeting? Anyone who wants to ask something before we start? So they can ask me straight away. If they want to ask me anything specific, they can ask me straight away. I'll present my side of things, and in between, if you want any questions, you can raise hand. So all I know is I'll be presenting few things from different books. All these books are written by the Satguru Sri Rajan Swamiji from Sarsawa, Gyanpeeth, and they are available online. They are available in Hindi, English, and many of them are available in Gujarati as well. So Bodh Manjari is one reference, which is translated into English by Professor A.V. Ramachandran. And this English version is what is going to be discussed today, Pearls of Spiritual Wisdom. Next. Another book that I will refer today is very interesting one because for any student pursuing science here, many of you have uh, studied science or will be studying science or will be studying scientific books or will be reading scientific news or will be coming through scientific uh, inventions in your journey in this life. So these books, the Brahmand Rahasya in Hindi, original book by Sri Rajan Swamiji from Gyanpeeth Sarsawa, and the English version translated by Professor Ramachandran and Sri Rajan Swamiji, The Mystic Universe, Science and Super Science. So we know a lot of things from science, but there is something which science can't explain. Those things are explained only by super science, which we call spirituality. Then we move on. The last one is what is the way to achieve Raji? So we all know, like some of you are already sitting in dhyan, in meditation daily. So that is called Nijanand Yoga. It does not mean you start doing yoga poses only. Only through yoga poses, you might not achieve everything. So we need to follow a set practice, which is outlined in this book. All the guidelines are given how to do that, and the name of this practice or philosophy or theory is called Nijanand Yoga or Nijanand philosophy. Next, who we are. So this is a question we all ask ourselves. मैं कौन हूँ? Who we are. Can anyone tell me? Hindi, English, Gujarati. Who we are. हम कौन हैं? Anyone wants to say in Hindi, English, Gujarati? Anyone? कोई भी बोल सकते हैं. कोई पण बोल भी सके. So we are composed of three types of bodies. One is sthul, which is the gross body in English. Another sukshma, subtle body. And third, karan or casual body. So these are three bodies. One is the visible body. We all have body. One is male, one is female. Another that is called sthul sharir. We all have body, right? We have a structure. We have two hands, two eyes. Can you tell me this structure is a copy of whom? Can you tell me? In the scriptures, in the books, religious books, spiritual books, they have told that human body is copy of someone. Can you tell me whom is it a copy of? Who it is a copy of? Anyone? Anyone tell me? किसकी copy बनी है in this human body that we have today? Anyone? We are said to be copy of God. So God made same copy. We are copy of God. That is what it is said. So this hands, this eyes. But if God is also like us, what is the difference? Is he also having the muscles, the blood? Is he also having all these things that we have in the body? Yes or no? Or is he different form? Anyone? कोई बताएगा? How is God different? Or how is God same to us? Another thing we have is called Jeev. So while we have all these bodies, they are not possible to move. Without Jeev, a body is called a dead body. So we can't move. After certain age, we all will be having we all will finish this life. What will happen to the Jeev? It will go into another body. It will take another body and born as another human being or another species. So what is important is what we do when we have this body so that we don't jump on a body which is of an animal. तो नेक्स्ट बर्थ जो हमारा पुनर्जन्म हो, अगर हो, पहले तो हो ही ना, अगर हो तो फिर it should be in a human body, not in an animal body. Again, if you have Atma on top of that, so if your Jeev is there, which is making the body alive, there is Atma sitting on top of the Jeev. What is Atma telling us? Atma is telling you are not Sthul, you are not Suksh, you are not Karan, you are not Jeev, but you are Paratam or the bliss part of Raji. So Raji, Shamaji, and Paratam or Sakhiya. So we are that Atma. If we are Atma, we will never be born. But because Atma has come to this world to see the drama, they will be born and they will be coming in a body which is born. They will not be born. Atma is never born. So we'll continue that discussion. Let's move on. Next. Where were we before this birth as a human being? So, right now, we all understand we were created as human beings. You're a boy, a child, then it grows as a young person. Next, we grow old. Somebody is male, somebody is female. We are all human beings, right? What happened before this? Were we animals? Are we birds in the previous birth? Or maybe we were a tree? Or somebody planted us and we were sitting like this waiting for our next birth, because in this birth we have become stationary. So we will have flowers, we will have fruit, somebody will throw stones at us. That is the life of a tree. Next, what is the main aim of human life? What is the ultimate goal of us being called as Sundar Sat? What is the definition of Sundar Sat? Sundar Sat came cho, right? कौन है सुंदर साथ? तो who is सुंदर साथ? We'll see all those definitions. Next, what differentiates us from other species on this planet? So we are born as humans, but there are animals. There are birds. What is the national bird of US? I came to know eagle comes to this place where I'm staying for migration. So we have different birds and different animals, but we all do the same thing. Then what is the difference? They also eat, sleep, mate, and defend. These are the four things every living being does. But what is the difference that sets us aside as human beings? That we have a spiritual life. We are able to engage ourselves as Atma, because without soul, without Atma, nobody knows what is spiritual life. We are like humans, but living the life of animals. So if we are animals, what is the difference? We have been given, as per Bhagavad Gita, a different form, a different body, a different intellect, a different buddhi. Why is that given to us? So that all questions arise when we talk about spirituality. Next, we'll discuss about happiness. What is true happiness? Can we be happy as human beings? What are our parameters of happiness? If I give you 1000 tons, not 100 grams, not 1 grams, 100,000 tons of gold, and you make ornaments and you adorn yourself all beautified, will that make you happy? Or will 365 cars in your backyard, in your front of your house, every day you ride and drive a different car, will that make you happy? There was a king from Ujjain called Bhartrihari. He renounced his kingdom, he renounced his lifestyle, just like Buddha. He was the king, but then he renounced his kingdom and that lavish life for attaining Buddhism, for attaining salvation, so that he don't have to be born again. Next. Finally, we will discuss where is Raji, if it is possible to see him, how can we see him? Is he very far? Is he very near? What is the truth of this illusory world that we live in? And what are the next steps? So, daily pledges. When you have taken an oath as a Sundar Sat, you have taken a Tartam. What are your daily mandatory observations, obligations? How to live a life, how to lead a pure life as a Sundar Sat. That's the last thing we will do. And as much we can try to do, and we'll take any questions. So let's go one by one. So I'll take you through one slide that I created one time. So I was talking about uh, the life and the life and the death and the life after death. So we are born, we are a child, we become teen, middle age, old age, we have to die, everyone. We come to the mother's womb again as a small baby, and then we are born, and this cycle keeps on repeating. We go in endless cycle of birth. We don't know whether we will be born as humans, or we will be a bird, or we will be any other animal, or we will be a tree standing stationary. So we don't know. Based on our karma, this cycle will run. Based on our attachment, this cycle will run. Any questions, anyone? So this, you see the chart in Gita, they are born, they grow old, they die, and they are born again as a child. They continue this cycle. They continue this cycle forever. Will they ever get freedom? Will they ever get freedom? No, because they are not trained for that. Only one who knows about Atma is trained for that. So, there is not only one, there are 84 million species. You have 84 lakhs or 8.4 million species. And this species, there are human, the topmost, and then we have other species who are Bhog Yoni, which are only for enjoyment. But we are not only for enjoyment, we are also for spirituality. So we come here in different births, in different species, born as plants, trees, birds, insects, and they are called foolish. They are called ignorant because they don't have any spiritual knowledge. Correct? Next, they don't know how to cross the ocean of Maya. They don't know where is God, how to cross Maya and become free of this birth and rebirth. So these are all the pictures you can see here. You see the trees, you see these sea animals and ants, all these pests, four sensed. So this is one sense. Why we eat trees? Do when we cut a tree, doesn't it get pain? Anyone? Because a tree also is living. So tree will also have a jeev. Okay. This jeev is there in a tree. But is there atma in a tree? One thing. Second thing, if there is a jeev, why when we cut it, does it not reply to us that I'm having a pain? Like if somebody cuts you or bites you or hits you, you get pain because they have one sense. These have two sense. These have four sense. These are five sense. So we have five senses. We have five senses to like smell, touch, all those senses based on which we feel pain, we feel happiness, and that is how the jeev gets the pleasure or the happiness, which is temporary. So, what is the importance of human life? We are most superior, very intellectual, and in our heart, we can we can contemplate. We have a brain which is sharper than anyone, and we can see what is the path of devotion, selfless surrender to the Almighty Lord Sri Raji, so that we don't get into birth, death, and rebirth, and we also get Raji in this life. That is our main goal. So this is what the first slide I said what we look like. So the God made man in his own image. So this is said in all the scriptures. We have a shape which is same as the God. But does God also have two eyes? Does he have the similar eyes, the balls, the black or the brown color eyes? Does he have the same blood which is in our body? So what is the difference? We'll come to that also in some time. So these are all the references I told you before. And why is human body the best? Human birth the best? Because you can devote yourself completely only in this birth. You have knowledge, intellect, using your mind, body, and soul. And you can get free from birth and rebirth. And this form that we have, last point I'll tell you, and we'll take question from uh, some kids. So this Nuri form, this is not the same form we have in this earth. So this body we have taken is not Nuri or effulgent form. This is different form in the Paramdham or supreme heaven. To achieve that is the supreme goal of this life. Yes, tell me. Megaben, anyone has any question?
G. If someone does not understand, if they need any translation or anything, um, please raise hand and interrupt in between.
यस, किसी को हिंदी में समझना है या डाउट है तो वो कोई क्वेश्चन पूछना है वो रेज हैंड करके पूछ सकते हैं. आप गुजराती में भी बोल दो एक बार.
કોઈને ખબર ના પડે કોઈ વાત નહીં તો પછી હેન્ડ રેઝ કરીને ક્વેશ્ચન વચ્ચે પૂછી શકો છો તમે બધા.
हाँ, कोई भी फोटो से क्वेश्चन हो पूछ सकते हैं. मोस्टली इंग्लिश में ही रन हो रहा है क्योंकि आप मेगा बहन कुछ बोलना चाहोगे शॉर्ट में गुजराती में इतना कवर किया उसको क्विक समरी में छोटा सा कोई भी एक पॉइंट जो आपको अच्छा लगा हो.
જી મન એક જીવ એના 84 લાખ યોનિઓમાં જન્મ લઈ શકે એના કર્મના આધારે એની જે ઈચ્છાઓ હોય અને કર્મો હોય એના આધારે એ 84 લાખ યોનિ પર એ જન્મ લઈ શકે. એમાંથી ઉત્તમ યોનિ મનુષ્યની, કારણ કે એની જોડે જે જન્મ મરણનો જે ચક્ર ચાલે છે એમાંથી બહાર નીકળવાનો, એમાં મનુષ્યમાં બુદ્ધિ પરમાત્માએ આપેલી. તો મનુષ્ય જન્મ બધામાંથી ઉત્તમ કહેવાય.
So this is the form of Raji Shamaji that we have got knowledge from Tartamvani, and we'll come to that. And similarly, we have knowledge of Paramdham. How does Paramdham look? Where is Rang Mahal? And in Rang Mahal, where is Raji seated in this Rang Mahal? Where are all the souls around Raji in Rang Mahal? In Mool Milava, inside the Rang Mahal, all the souls are seated. So we have to meditate on that to get the vision. So that all we come to know. Now, if we keep doing karma, the question comes, my karma can be good or my karma can be bad. So we can do good karma or we can do bad karma. So based on the karma, if you follow the chart, there are three possible. You do more good karma and you do less bad karma, or no bad karma, or sometimes you do less good but more bad. Okay, or you can do equal good and equal bad, but you will still be stuck in birth and rebirth. What is the way to get out of that? We avoid karma? Shall we become still, sit or sleep, don't do anything? Is that possible that we become dormant? So we can never do that, because to do some action is the essence of this life, human life. But to do that action, we should not have any attachment, anasakti. That is called not to get attached. If I am doing something, I am doing it by surrendering it to Raji. Surrender every karma to Sri Raji and you will be the right way of doing karma. That is what we have to do. Now, who will help us in this journey? Is there any person who can guide us? Then that person is called Sadguru. So who is our Sadguru? How many Sadgurus can we have? Is there one Sadguru? More Sadguru? Who is the topmost level? So we have Mool Sadguru, Shri Raji. Sadguru Mera Syamji means Shri Raji is our main Sadguru. That is like a power generator. So when you go to electric station, there is a power generator that generates megawatts of electricity. Now that megawatt of electricity is very high. You can't touch that. So we need a Sadguru who is at constant level with Raji. He has seen Raji in his life. And then how many types of Sadguru? So we have Avesh Sadguru. How many Avesh Sadguru? We have Shri Devchandra ji, Dhani Devchandra ji, and Sadguru Devchandra ji also. Next after that was Shri Prannath ji. So Sadguru Devchandra ji and Prannath ji, they are our Avesh Sadguru. And we take guidance after Prannath ji, because we don't can talk to Prannath ji right now because he is sitting in Panna ji in deep meditative state. So we can talk to Vani because Sri Kuljam Vani is the words that Raji has spoken through Sri Prannath ji. And that Mool Sadguru has taken the body of Mihir Raj, which was where Sri Prannath ji was there when this Vani was being given to us, and it was being written by one Sundar Sat. And then in our current times, we have our Sadguru, the Paramans Sadguru, like we have Sri Rajan Swamiji. He is the substation, so he will step down. So he will step down the megawatt of electricity to kilowatt. And then once we reach the main supply, that is our soul, when we connect with the Satguru, our soul gets connection, Atma gets connected. Why it get connected? Because we have a relation with Raji. Our soul has a relation. We call it Nisbat. So because of this Nisbat, we are able to connect with Sadguru, who then connects us to Raji through all the experience that he has gained and also through the vision he has attained of Raji, so that we can have the same similar experience and achievement which our Sadguru has done. Now we also have Jeev, which is the one that is responsible for making all the movements we are doing today and all the thinking and the knowledge we are doing today. Without Jeev, the Atma cannot do anything. So Jeev is very important, then is Atma. And Atma is what is most important. So in our life, whenever we get a question, if I am doing something, am I doing correct? So align yourself. Are you doing something every day for Atma or not? Are you doing something every day for Raji or not? Are you doing some seva or not? Are you reading Raji or not? Are you meditating daily or not? When you ask those questions, you will get an answer. Am I correctly aligning my life with a Sundar Saath life, or I am getting misaligned and I'm just becoming a worldly person rather than being a spiritual person? Okay. Now, this Jeev has four parts of ego, which we call Man, Chit, Buddhi, Ahankar. So, whenever we born as a male or a female or a boy or a girl, we think we are this. We are born as an animal, we think I am a cow. So, that is called ego, the Ahankar. And then we have Man, the mind. The mind is constantly running in the world that doesn't let us sit still and meditate. Then we have Chit, which is intellect. Buddhi is intellect and Chit is the consciousness. So in the Chit, we have like a hard drive. So we have memory sitting in our Chit. Whatever births we have taken, it is there in our memory. We were once born as a lion. Then I might have a memory that I was eating a deer. So I might have that memory still in my human body today because that old memory is there. Now new memory is coming on top of that memory. So that is being wiped off and being overwritten. That memory is being overwritten. Then we have buddhi. So what is buddhi? Buddhi is the intellect, the way we think, how we talk with each other, how we behave, and how we read Raji. All that comes part of buddhi. In this buddhi, what is happening is is the buddhi correct guide or becoming a bad guide? It depends on few things. One of the things that buddhi will depend on is our food. What kind of food are we eating? So we have five senses. We have tongue, we have taste, which is a taste bud. So with taste bud, so we have tongue, so taste, and then skin for touch, like eyes for vision. Like that, we have five senses. So from the five senses, what are we doing? Are we taking sattvic food, which is taking us towards Raji, or are we taking tamasic food, which is taking us towards the world? So the more we are wanting to go towards Raji, we should start adopting a sattvic lifestyle. With our food, we have to be very careful, and therefore, every time we go to any function or religious function, we are told to adopt a sattvic food. I'll take you through some other slide also, which I have prepared. So we have seen this. Um, what you have to do. So human body we have got is not only for material enjoyment. We have got this body because based on the body we can achieve Raji and follow the practice given in Dharma. We are not just the bones and the ligaments and these muscles. We are not all this, a skeleton of all this. We are much more than this. What does the Upanishad and the Veda say? That you are Amritasya Putra. You are born as a soul. You are the gifted soul of this beloved. You are not just a body. And then what about Lord? Then Yajurved says that Aditya Varna, he is a source of light. Raji is what? Is very light, but not very hot. And Tamsa Parastat is beyond the darkness. So we don't know anything. We are ignorant. We don't know where we were in last birth, but Raji knows everything. And where does the intellect come from? When we read Raji Tartam Vani, we come to know that ko aham, who am I? Kuta agto agatvan. Where have I come from? Kutra gamishyami. Where will I go? Idam jagat kim. How this world is made of, where I am living. All these questions, curiosity comes when we think about spirituality. Okay. Um, so these are the four levels for advanced um, participants, that we have four ways of participating in spirituality. One is Sariyat, Tariqat, Hakikat, and Marifat. That is science and super science. So Gyan and Vigyan. So based on what level we are doing today, we can step by step reach towards the ultimate goal. Then again, uh, who is our main inspirer? The Mool Sadguru. And after that, who is our next inspirer? Pranaji. What does Pranaji compose of? So Pranaji is Sri Raji's power, but there are few things within that. There is a Jeev, and that Jeev is sitting on a body which is named as Mihir Raj. Mihir Raj is the name of the body on which the Jeev of Devapi is sitting, and Maru. And the soul, the Jeev, is a shelter or a place where the soul is sitting. So whose soul is that? The soul's name is Indravati. And what is within Indravati? There are five powers. So Raji, Shamaji, Akshar Brahm, and two archangels which are Jabrail and Asrafil, the intellect and the Josh, the power. So what is important within Pranaji that distinguishes Pranaji from everyone else in the world is called Avesh. What is Avesh? Avesh is Sri Raji himself with his own power in this world. So in Paramdham, we have Sri Raji, but here also the same powers which they are there are here in the form of Pranaji. So there is no difference between them. So that is what composes the total Swarup of Pranaji. Coming back to the next one. So these are the bodies, Karan, uh, Sthul body, Sukshma body, and Karan body. So we have four in Karan body, and then in Sukshma body we have another five, five, and five, and there are three more. So total there are 24, but they are not living. The living part is Jeev. Jeev makes us alive. So I'll just quickly go through these slides. If anything is there, we'll quickly cover them. How this earth was created. We all know the concept of Big Bang Theory, but there is beyond Big Bang Theory, they are not able to predict. So we'll go into that. What is Shar, Akshar, and Akshatit? We'll quickly see that, and we'll move on. So we talk about this all the time, that we were there in Bridge, we were there in Ras, and now from Paramdham. So from Paramdham, we came to see Bridge Leela. There was child Krishna, and then we were gopis, and then we had that for 11 years and 52 days. Then we went to the realm of Yog Maya. We'll look at what is Yog Maya, and in that Yog Maya there was Krishna, but this time not as child, it was an adult one. So this Ras was played for one night, and then we came back to Paramdham from that. And from Paramdham, we said to Raji that we want to see more worldly drama, so make new world for us. And then we came from Paramdham back to this earth. Now, when we talk about the earth, so let me show you quickly. So now, We are talking of this earth where we are today, right? We are sitting in United States, somebody sitting Canada, somebody Australia, somebody India, Nepal. In this small world we are sitting. This is the planet called Earth. And with Earth, we have nine more planets and the solar system, the sun and the moon. And then with the solar system, we have a solar interstellar neighborhood of different such systems that composes a galaxy. What is the name of our galaxy in the space? It is called Milky Way galaxy. Similarly, many galaxies come together as a local galactic group. Then these groups form a supercluster. Once the superclusters come together, they are called local superclusters, and these combined together make whatever we see in the sky today, all the stars, planets, everything. And this is only that part of the world we know. We don't know the remaining what is there in this planet, in this universe. So now, where is Paramdham? Tell me, where is Paramdham? We think that if today the SpaceX company, you all know from US, the SpaceX from Elon Musk, he creates a spaceship which will take us to Paramdham. Can we all go in the spaceship to Paramdham? So let's calculate about this universe and then we'll see the distance from universe to Paramdham. So if the spaceship is developed which travels at the speed of light. What is the speed of light? So 3 lakhs kilometers per second. In 1 second, the light will travel 3 and 5 zeros kilometers. So fast it will travel. You travel in this spaceship at the speed of light. How many light years you will just cross the universe which we see. There is universe which we don't see. So 6 into 10 to the power of 11 Prakash Varsh or light years means 6 and 11 zeros, 000. That many years it will take to cover the entire observable universe. And then also, will we reach Paramdham? We will never reach Paramdham. So what is there that can lead us to Paramdham? So as you saw the bridge and the Ras, only the love of Raji can take us to Paramdham. So in few seconds you can reach Paramdham without any SpaceX. But you need the love and the pain of separation of Raji. It will take a few years depending on what is your level of meditation, what is your level of sadhana. Then only you will be able to achieve that. Then I already explained why we need Sadguru. Without them, you cannot think of even traversing 1 kilometer in your spiritual journey, one meter also. Okay. Um, can we just sit here and think Raji is in front of us? No. We have to think, I'll show you quickly that we are in the world, in the perishable world. Then we go to Yog Maya and then we cross it to become uh, eligible for experiencing Paramdham. Okay. Why is that important? We'll come to know. So in order to understand what is Paramdham, you need to know how does Paramdham look? Is it like the building and the road we see here and the mountains and the rivers, or is it something different? What is the problem when we have um, practice of meditation and we go towards spirituality? We have problem, our ego comes in between. And as I told you, somebody is rich, he will have that ego, I'm rich. Somebody is beautiful, he will think I'm very beautiful. Somebody is, you know, president, he will think I am president. So he will have that ego with him. What else? Laziness. You will think, why should I do? I have full life in front of me. Why should I only do right now? I'll do it in old age. Next, if he starts, the progress is not very speedy, then he loses confidence. He says, no, Raji is impossible. I cannot attain Raji. So remember, optimism is the key. Pessimism is the failure. If you don't have self confidence, Atmavishwas, then you cannot achieve anything in life. Leave apart Raji, you cannot do anything. And last thing is self surrender and thinking Raji is the number one priority in our life, not any other person or material of this world is important. So, as I told you, we need to leave all these tamasic food which are in front of you, onion, tea, coffee, milk, not milk, uh, um, onion, then garlic, all these things, spicy things, then all the addictive things, these are there. And then we have to have uh, surrender towards and love towards Raji and everyone, and also practice of asanas. So what is that intellect? Intellect is where we have consciousness, is where we have all our previous karmas stored. And then what happens when we are in this universe? We all think Big Bang is the final most thing, that how the world was created. But Big Bang doesn't know what happened before milliseconds. 10 to the power of minus 43 seconds. So 1 second, एक सेकंड के अगर 1043 zeros लगाए जाएं और इतना छोटा कर दिया जाए, if we make it that small, 1 second, and we divide it in that many parts, before that science doesn't know where was the earth, what was the big bang. But this is where super science come into play. All the scientists which are in front of you, they also believe that God is an entity. We already saw how big is the universe, that we know. Then how it started. So we have different layers. So in this, we have three worlds. So we have our own universe, then we have Yogmaya, and then we have Paramdham. And this is how they are created one by one. So we create through Ahankar, and then from Ahankar or ego comes all the five elements: earth, fire, water, and all that. And from that, we are generating our human body, and it is going subtle, it is going sukshma. And when we go opposite, it is becoming sthul or gross. So that's how it happens. I already discussed. Now, this science tells you this is unknown part, the unknown part, the dark matter or the dark energy. We don't know in so much part of the earth, universe, what is going on. It is unknown to anyone in the world. Even the scientists don't know. That is not observable. Next, what is Yogmaya? Where we have a president or a prime minister who is doing his work. And where is Paramdham? Where the same prime minister comes and mixes up with his family. So our family of Raji and Paratam or Atma or souls is in Paramdham. Whereas when the same power comes in Yog Maya and it creates the world, it is called Akshar. So this is one side, this is other side, the Paramdham, and one is the Yog Maya. So that is just an analogy of that. Next, the we have how this Shar Purush or the universe is there. So we have different layers from the earth all the way to Adi Narayan. That is called the one who creates all the jivas. That is Adi Narayan. Then from Adi Narayan, Ekoham Bahusyami means one becomes multiple. That ego of Adi Narayan makes many jivas born in this universe. And we are all similar to Adi Narayan. And the Yog Maya, again, there are four parts. One is Avyakrit, which is the mind. In this one, there are the Vedas, which are somewhere here. And this is the knowledge that comes from Avyakrit to Adinarayan. And there it comes into the universe through Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh. So we have Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh for every world. And there are many such worlds, uncountable, incountable worlds where we have Brahma incountable. So this is the copy of Ras Leela also in there. Next, we have the Sablik Brahm, and in the Sablik Brahm, we have the Bridge Leela. It is already stored there. It is being played there every time because we were there. Now we are not there. The souls have gone back to Paramdham and come to this universe. So there is no one as a soul in that particular Yog Maya, in that part of Yog Maya, which is called as Buddhi and Chit. So this is Buddhi and this is Chit or the consciousness and this is the intellect. So we played Ras in the Keval and we went back to Paramdham, and whatever we were there in Ras and Bridge is now being played as a cassette, you can say, in this uh, Keval Brahm of Yog Maya, Akshar Brahm. Next, this is the first level of Akshar Brahm. This is called Satsuru. Here we have the first, that is the Bahisht we call, or the region we call, that will be um, eternalized once this world is over after Mahapralay or apocalypse, and all the souls will come here in the first. That's why we are saying that do good or follow the Rehni of Sundar Saath, because all the below parts of the Akshar Brahm will consider your Jeev as Raji and Shamaji and souls. So they will pray you. So that's why we are said that when we know, if we don't know, we live the life of a human like a worldly person. But when we know our spiritual garima, or the value, then we have to adopt the Rani of a Sundar Saath. Otherwise, there is no point of knowing all that. Next, this is the 25 Paksh of Paramdham, and this is where we meditate, and that's where we have to focus our concentration as much we can do. So we have to have self-confidence, and we have to have a Sadguru who will lead us. I'll quickly run through this pearls of spiritual wisdom that I wanted to discuss today. So in this one, I want to just quickly share that what are we today? We are living in a society, current society, which is uh, full of technological and advancements, developments everywhere. We have even reached the different planets. We have reached Moon. We have even reached Jupiter. But after doing all this, what is happening? Are we being happy? Are we getting all the pleasure based on these comforts? Or have we forgotten all the human values, the values of a Sundar Saath? We are just following the materialistic life. What is happening inside us and inside the society? So that is the greed that we talk of here. We talk of the greed for power, the greed for position, and the greed for material comforts that is hitting hard on our spiritual bottom line. So there we have to attain a balance. That is where the teachings of Nijanand philosophy come into play, and we need to have a pure mind, a pure thought process, an open mind, and then only we will get that supreme knowledge. That is most important. Now, why do we need that? As I told you, one of them was King Bhartrihari. You know, that king became a saint. So from the kingdom he said had, he renounced it to live the life of a saint, and he wrote a book called Vairagya Shatak. Now, in that Vairagya Shatak, he writes all his experiences, and he even talks in this chapter of Pearls of Spiritual Wisdom by Ramchandran, Dr. Ramchandran and Rajan Swamiji. We talk about few other examples. Sorbi Hari and Shukracharya. Uh, Yayati, there was another king. So another king, and he's taking the youth of his son Puru just to enjoy life. Still, he cannot find peace. Another one, he's living the life of a monk, but he's leaving that, he's marrying someone becoming a worldly person, but then he ultimately finds, I am not happy. I was better off before. And therefore, the Sankhya Darshan says, Na bhugad rag shanti munivat. Do whatever you want in this world. You will never have peace. You will never have happiness. You will be empty somehow. How will that emptiness get filled? Only through finding eternal peace, eternal happiness, which has been listed as the only path to achieve the bliss, to achieve the ocean of bliss, which is the Parbrahm, Sri Raji, through our inner conscious, through our inner eyes, through our inner soul. Even Nawab Wajid Ali from Lucknow, he had one woman every single day, 365 wives. He's still not happy. What else you want in life? Nothing can make you happy. So another person who says that till we leave all the desires and wants, we cannot be marching towards that goal of happiness. So, Chinnavat Ahilyavat. So, this is what it is said in Vedant, that you have to leave all those desires to achieve the objective of peace and happiness. Okay. Next, what is the main question? As I already showed you many times, the cycle of creation and dissolution. We have been born in this current 28th Kali Yuga that is running in this cycle of birth and rebirth. It has been 1 Arab 96 crores. So that is around 1 billion 960 million years. 1 अरब 96 करोड़, 1 अरब 96 crores. That is 1 billion 960 million years. We have taken birth and rebirth. No end. We don't see any end of this in the sight unless we get attached with Tartamwani. What is the next thing is how to achieve him and what is the true nature. How is uh, Paramatma? What is his nature? So, can Paramatma be found in the material world here? Is it possible to find him? I'll take 10-15 minutes more and then wrap it up. Can we find it in this world? No. Because if this world is having Paramatma, then why there is unhappiness? Why there is sorrow? Why there is death? You know, Buddha, when he was walking in his kingdom, he was a king, and his father, he fortified his castle so that Buddha cannot leave the castle. All the happiness will be there in the castle because once he leaves the castle, he will see somebody in pain and sorrow and he will become a monk. That is what eventually happened. What he sees three people. One is sick, one is already died, and the third one old. Now he looks at his body. I am black haired. Why is this old man having white hair? Why is he having white beard? The sick person, why is he not able to walk? Why is he not able to eat? What happened to him? Why is there no treatment for that sickness? Then he sees a dead person and he says, if he is dead, what can bring him back to life? Will he be alive again in this same body or a different body? All these questions made him so much curious and perplexed that he left the kingdom for attaining Buddhism and he went for attaining salvation and he sat under a Bodhi tree for 7 days and 7 nights. He said, I am not going to come out of this meditation unless I achieve the supreme goal of my life. So, Gita also says that if you want to achieve that Parabrahm, you can achieve it. But how is the form of that? So, na tatra bhashate suryo na shashanko na pavaka. So, this is not the worldly elements. We are talking about fire. We are talking about light. This is not the Parabrahm that is like fire or cool as a moon. This is not, it's totally different form. So we have to meditate on what we know for that Paramatma. Aditya Varna Tamsa Parastat. He is beyond this world of ignorance. He is beyond this world of darkness, from darkness to brightness, from ignorance to knowledge of spiritual wisdom. That is what we all say, Asato ma Sadgamaya. Please take me towards light. Tamso ma Jyotirgamaya. From falsehood, take me towards truth. Mrityor ma Amritam Gamaya. Take me from the death towards Amrit. That is, no more death. I am like not going to be born again. So that is what everything is written in the scriptures. Next. So this is all about how the form of uh, Paramatma is. Then there are three forms we already discussed. So this is in Gita again. Charani Sarvani Bhutani, Kutasto Akshara Uchyate, and Uttama Purusha Duyanya Paramatma iti udarete. So Shar Purush, we already saw the universe, we saw observable and not observable. Then we talk about the Akshar, we saw the four parts, the mind and the intellect and the Sat Sarup, where our souls will go after Mahapralaya, and we will be having all the souls here, all the below parts where the other jivas will come of this world who didn't meditate. They will consider them as Supreme Lord and their souls, and they will pray them every day. That will be the glory of your soul, Jeev, when it reaches that Akshar. So the third one, the Paramdham, we talk about the 25 Paksh. That is where Uttama Purush is there, and there is no one like him, Ekam Ev Advitiyam. So there is no one like Supreme Truth God in this world, and there is only one. So what happened in our Nijanand philosophy, that we had the Tartam knowledge come from the Mool Sadguru. We discussed that. One of them is Devchandraji, the other is Mihir Raji, and that divine knowledge, the ultimate knowledge, is called Tartam Vani, Tartam knowledge, Kuljam Swarup. And that is the knowledge that nobody has, neither Adi Narayan, neither Akshar Brahm. Nobody has that knowledge. Even the souls of Paramdham didn't know anything. That's why this knowledge has come, so that we can get to know what we didn't know in Paramdham. So it's very important to know all that. Next, I'll go to the last topic of today that I want to discuss and close the meeting. We can go through this book in the next meeting. This is very important. Who is the source of love, peace, and bliss? Prem, then Shanti, and then Anand, the bliss. So, who is the source of Prem, Shanti, and Anand? Every being on this earth is after achieving peace, happiness, and love. Nobody wants to be hated from anyone. Nobody wants to live in a area which is war torn. Nobody wants to live where there is no one to love you, there is everyone to hate, where there is unhappiness, where there is sorrow. So that is the basic necessity of every living being. But in the pursuit of love, peace, and happiness, when we chase worldly pleasures, we end up getting in the wrong direction, because they are like the ghee. When you put fire and ghee on top of that, the fire will get inflamed. You put petrol or gas on fire, it increases multifold. So the thing is, when we talk about the greed, our attachment, our moh, so there is a saying from Bhartrihari, the Vairagya Shatak, that he wrote in the verse 8, भोगा न भुगता वयमेव भुगता भोगात sh- na shanti munivat. So we know that the more we indulge in all these pleasures, the more our life is being eaten away, but we are not achieving anything. They are eating us. The pleasures are eating us. Next, the next important is the aim of life, what we want to achieve in life. And Kapil Muni said, Kutrapi koapi na sukhi. Nobody anywhere, nowhere in the world is happy. So we all think that there is happiness, but how big, how permanent? Life is as momentary as the drops of water on a lotus leaf fluttering in the wind. So there is a leaf, this leaf, and on this leaf, on the tree, you have some drops of water. So these are drops of water. And there is this breeze. This breeze is coming. So that breeze will take away that droplet and it will fall away. That much temporary is our life. So we don't know whether we live 10 years or 100 years or somewhere in between. Question mark. We don't know the next second. So intransient and temporary. And look about the happiness we are seeking in this birth. No one is truly happy, and therefore it's not sensible. It is useless to waste your life in pursuit of these object of material objects and illusory pleasures. This world is illusory. It's not permanent. It's not giving you eternal happiness and satisfaction. Next, what is the thought process of every youth that is being uh, enjoying his youth today? So we all, whenever in youth, we are beautiful, we have energy, we have time, but we don't have thought. We are lacking intellect. When we are old, we have intellect, we think, but we don't have that youth, that energy. So we have to have a balance. That's why we have to sow the seeds. So if you sow the seeds today, in your old age, they will grow up. Maybe you become more intellect spiritual. But if you don't sow the seeds today, it will be a barren land and you will not be able to do when you are 80. So that question mark will come, that why you didn't do when you are 20, why you didn't do something when you are 15, why you didn't do when you are something 25 years, 35 years. All these are exclamation marks as we go there, but here it is a red mark. There is no more possibility. You can't sit in meditation for 1 hour. Forget it. So that's where you need to be careful. Even the Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, they are not able to have any happiness. We are blessed to have this. The last I will discuss that what is the solutions. Now, last part that I will discuss today in 5 minutes and close the meeting. What is the solution? How to find the answer? Ultimately, where will I get the answers? So the question which says that how is the world where I am wandering aimlessly through these countless cycles of birth and rebirth and 84 lakhs or 8.4 million species, but they are not able to cross Bhav Sagar or the ocean of Moh Sagar, or this world, transient world. How will we reach away from here to eternal salvation? That is where we'll come to know what helps us. What is your original form? Are you a body? Are you a jeev? Are you a soul? Even a jeev is attached with a body. That is the problem. The Jeev is sleeping in a dream saying, I am a body, whereas Jeev is not a body. And Atma is sitting in a place where it says, I am a Jeev. So Jeev is attached to body, Atma is attached to Jeev, and there is that Supreme Lord, the Paramdham and the Raji, which is looking for when will the Atma look into my eyes. So our eyes are focused on the world. When will the soul look towards Raji? That is where we need to open our inner eyes. These are not the outer eyes, these are the inner eyes that we need to open. And we'll come to know what is my original form. Am I this 24 types of bodies, which we already discussed? Karan, Sukshma body and Sthul body, or we are something else. Who am I? Am I a soul of who is the beloved of the Paramatma from Paramdham? Or am I Akshar Brahm's soul called as Ishwari Srishti? Or I am a material person called Jeev Srishti of the Nirakar? Where is Parabrahm? Sajdanan. So truth, Chit means consciousness, Anand, bliss, happiness. all these combined becomes Parabrahm. Where is that Parabrahm? What is his form? Is he having a form like a human? Or is he having a brightness like sun, which is called Noor in Quran, which is called as Aditya in Ved? Are we that? And are we like effulgent or bharga, that qualities of Paramdham that we have, of the Noor quality? And what or how is the sport of Parabram and the Paramdham? So basically, that sport will always be filled with love. What is the output of love with Paramatma and souls? Is bliss or Anand. So Amrit Sarupa Cha. Param Prem Rupa. That's what this Param Dham is characterized by. So we have to focus our eyes, focus our inner eyes only on that Supreme Truth Lord. And we can continue this book sometimes later. Then we'll come to know more topics, that how our practice of Nijanand Yog should be. As part of Nijanand Yog, how to meditate, whom to meditate upon, how much to meditate, when to meditate, what to renunciate, because then you have to have pure thoughts in your mind. And how that Parabram comes here in two forms that we call Mool Sadguru, because they have the power of Raji, the exalted power that brings all the original knowledge from Paramdham in the two bodies, one having the soul of Indravati, one having the soul of Shamaji. These two will be glorified as Raji and Shamaji in that Sat Swarup that we saw in the Yog Maya. So their Jeev, which are Mihir Raj and Devachandra, they will be becoming the Raji and Shamaji for the entire world. And how we came about in this world from Paramdam, how we did the bridge and ras, and finally in this uh, universe when we came, what happened with the Jagni Leela, the sport of Jagni that is happening in this world through the bodies of Devchandraji and the Prannathji, and our main important Sundar Sat, who were like Chhatrasal ji, then Paramans, all the Brahmunis and the Sadguru, and how the worldly scriptures all connected during that time when Pranaji was there at Haridwar Kumbh Mela, and everything is given in this book. And what is the use of the Nijanand philosophy for the entire world is given here, that how this world can achieve communal harmony through this Nijanand philosophy, and this is coming to give the gift to the world. So the last appeal that I will do is, when you all know 1 cent of a knowledge, so try to gather that knowledge with 100 hands. Shat Hast Samahar, and try to distribute it with 1,000 hands. So try to gather knowledge with 100 hands and try to distribute it and give it to the entire world using 1,000 hands, because the world is thirsty. They don't know anything, but we are the chosen uh, persons, and we have been like getting this knowledge from our Sadguru. It's our duty to spread it to the entire world, disseminate to the entire human kind which is looking for that. So I thank everyone who is there in this meeting till the end, and I welcome any questions. If you have, you can raise your hand. Otherwise, we'll end the meeting. Pranam ji, Sundar Sat ji. Is anyone having any questions? Hindi mein, Gujarati mein, English mein, in English. Anyone has any question? Or if you want any other language, I have options. I can translate. If you have any questions in any other language, just let me know. So we can take your questions. Otherwise, thank you so much for coming. Keine Fragen? No questions? Okay. Hanji, nobody has questions? Okay.
No, any
Is
picture.
this book accessible by everyone? That's a good question. Somebody has asked. So, this book, Pulse of Spiritual Wisdom, I'll show you. This is the link on the website www.spgin.org. So, this is the website. If you go on www.spgin.org, there we have the books, and in that, English books are there. So, in that English books, just let it load for a few seconds. So you will see that Pulse of Spiritual Wisdom is there. I've shown this one today to you. And the other book that I was discussing are not online, but some of them will be there. I have in my Google Drive as well. So when I go there, I have all the English stuff here as well in a Google Drive. Those who love Google Drive, I'll give that link in the chat box here, so you can copy this as well as the website name. I'll give you in the chat box, and you can go to the main website and then books and English. So there you can have look at all the other text we have from Pranath Gyanpit. Everything is taken from the website and done by Sri Rajan Swamiji. So you can have a look at all those things. English books, I think I also have only these much which are there on the website. I don't have any extra. Yeah, maybe I sub put some extra things from my side, some things, but other than that, these are the two books which are available. This is a very good book which I have discussed today. You can access it in that and share it with everyone. Pranam ji, Sundar